review a KMS, Congo Master Safari Sport roof rack, and also have a Congo Master Safari, or KMS to be short, roof pack. So I had this for roughly, I think about a month now, and I've used it once. So it's holding up pretty well. There is a KMS sport model, which is the one I have, and there's one for Pro. The difference is the crossbeam here, it's not adjustable on Sport, but on Pro you can go left to right. So on the Sport is a set width front to back. Now if you get that cross pack, or sorry, the roof pack, it is a perfect fit. So it's very good, well made. Start off, installation was pretty straightforward. The only difficult part was that I was doing it by myself, so it took a lot longer than it should. And all the bolts and nuts fit in perfectly. And only issue I had was right here on the A-pillar. As you can see, I put my little mirror right here, attachment. But these are the bolts that came with it. You may see other videos that say that they should have colored it, and I don't really care. I hope it doesn't rust. So these are the bolts that come with it, or came with it, and they fit perfect. This side, my left side, the driver's side, had no problem, but my passenger side, I guess the threads inside the frame stripped or something. So only the bolts that was on the car or on the Jeep were the only ones that would go back in. So the bottom one here went in, and one here. The other three, I had to make adjustments or use the same bolts that came from the Jeep. It held up well. The last trip I made, I had a cooler full of ice and drinks and food, and a black container with just a camping gear, and several chairs and a table up there, roughly around 200 pounds, and no problem at all, it's not loose. And as you can see here, this is a joint. It asks you to lubricate or put sealant on it. So that's how it looks. It doesn't look clean. I guess you can go back with the sandpaper or something. You can try to clean it up, but don't really care. But those nuts, if they were black, they would definitely look nicer. I have mine. I still have the stock rear bumper, so I have it to where it mounts to the frame, as you can see here. It comes with the metal spacer. You would definitely need to use that. And my Jeep is a 2012 Sport JK. Now for the roof pack, it is aluminum, and it's really light, super light. It's pretty spacious up there. I can load a lot of stuff. We just had a rain, and it's a tad bit dirty, but no rust. Hopefully not for a month of ownership. Installation for this assembly was pretty straightforward. Just putting all the alignment and putting in nuts and bolts, and putting on this on the roof rack was a little tricky. One thing I found out, it's such a tight tolerance, I had to loosen that bolt right there. As you can see, that bolt had to be loose front on one side, so I can put it down and then tighten up while it's set up. So that was only difficulty I had. And yeah, another thing is the tie down points are a little awkward. In the front they don't have any, but there's holes, big holes here, and you got the hooks if you know what you use, and it's pretty flexible. So the roof rack is rated at 350 dynamic and 750 static, and this roof pack I think weighed around 45 pounds, so it's really light, and it's ready for 350 pounds as well, so pretty useful. But yeah, I was able to use, just attach this. If you already have an 8-pillar lights, you have to consider what you're going to do, how you're going to reinstall them after you get this, because they do take up space on the 8-pillar bolt. Mine used to come down, this whole piece used to come down here, but I had to move it up, and it's literally held by one bolt. And you can move side to side to a point. Well, I guess this side no, but the other side will move around a little bit. I've been driving around like this for a month and no problem. This is the one with the thread inside the frame that's kind of messed up. It's a lot looser than the other side. Other than that, so far I like it. It makes mine look Jeep pretty nice with the tubular bumper I have. Very good look. I have not tried to tilt the wrap back so I can put that soft top down. That is something I'm going to try later on, and I'm going to update on the description side. But yeah, so far so good. I have another camping trip set up or planned in a couple of weeks, and we're going to be driving for about, I'll say about an hour and a half or so. So I'll kind of review on or update on that as well. Wind noise, speaking of that, I took it off highway and everything. Wind noise is minimal. With just the roof rack, I couldn't even tell if it was on there. The only time I heard the difference is once I put the roof pack on the top. Wind noise a little bit, but the one thing I did notice was the wind buffering. So I have a soft top, so it was keep going up and down, and it got really annoying. But hey, it is what it is. But yeah, that was my quick review of the Congo Master Safari roof pack, KMS roof pack, and roof rack.